This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Crew chiefs talking with their drivers. And there is Ward Burton, who has cut down a tire and will make it back around to pit road.
You could hear Jeff telling Ray Evernham there's stuff all over the racetrack back here.
And caution is out for the first time today. The yellow flag waves over the Daytona 500. 125 laps of green flag racing now. We're under caution. CBS Sports coverage of the Daytona 500 continues after this message and a word from your local station.
6 seconds behind the Jeff Gordon car to Bobby Labonte, and then another 1.5 seconds back to Mark Martin, Ken Schrader, Ernie Irvan, and Chad Little, who round out the top 10 at this point. We have 21 cars to the original 43 starters on the lead lap. Caution free in the 500 through 300 miles in the event. Caution flag waving on the Speedway. There's a car in trouble in turn 4.
Alan, it's Ward Burton. He's got a right front tire cut down, just limping his way back to the pit. Smoke billowing off of his machine as he heads toward pit road.
Caution is on the Speedway. It will come out at lap 125. It's going to be a big break for some of the drivers that had lost that lead draft. We'll see everybody back in the pits here in just a moment, watching Ward Burton work his way down pit road right now with a right front tire cut down. Pace car on pit road.
8 times in 19 years, Dale Earnhardt has been in this position at this juncture of the race in the lead. 4 times.
Had trouble on the backstretch.
1 car, 2 cars go sliding down the back straightaway. John Andretti.
Robert Presley, I believe, was the other car.
And Andretti swerves around as they get down to the grass, and we are under caution.
So that takes all that pit strategy away because they'll be able to make their pit stops under caution.
All that wheeling and dealing.
Then about 1.5 seconds of empty racetrack before you get back to Ernie Irvan, who is the 5th place car.
Oh, trouble off turn 2. John Andretti makes contact with Robert Presley. They were trying to pass the lapped cars, and as Andretti drove down to the inside of Presley, they made contact and now spin down the back straightaway to the infield safety.
Caution is on the Speedway. It will come out at lap 172 as they will race back here to the start-finish line as Dale Earnhardt brings them out of turn number 4 and comes back down. Nobody's going to pull out to pass. Quickly, let's go back and get an update over there on the accident. This could easily be who wins or who loses.
Lap.
Just got into the left rear corner of Presley, and both of them spin to the inside of the racetrack and out of harm's way.
Inside John Andretti's car for this look.
If you want to see what an arrow push looks like, watch him come up right here.
Quickly gets to those gears and gets it on out of there. He has made a pit stop.
Yeah, that makes me
Pretty impressive.
3 laps to go. Any one of these cars can win it. Earnhardt, Mayfield, Wallace, Schrader, Bobby Labonte in prime position. Jimmy Spencer coming up on the inside.
There's Labonte trying to go on the outside of Rusty Wallace off of turn 2. Can he make that pass?
And also, Dad, he split Rusty from his teammate Mayfield. Jeff Gordon's dropping back.
That looks like a problem on Gordon's car. He's completely out of contention here.
Into turn 3, where Leroy Yarborough beat Charlie Glotzbeck on the last lap in 1969.
Look at Bobby Labonte coming up on the outside by himself. He got a little help from Jimmy Spencer.
Oh, Jimmy Spencer.
Spencer bounces off the wall, keeps on trucking. 2 laps to go.
Big time hit by Spencer, but I told you Bobby Labonte was moving just a little while ago. What a muscle move on the outside. Fastest qualifier here for the 500, showing his muscle now.
3 makes in the 500, Chevy, Pontiac, Ford, that's how they run. But Earnhardt has a benefit. There's a slow car up ahead.
And there's trouble coming off of turn 2. Some cars get strangled. It might be this. Whoever gets back to the start-finish line, they'll get the white and the yellow together.
Lake Speed and John Andretti tangle as the leaders head for turn number 3. Andretti and Spencer got together.
This could be the Daytona 500. Bobby Labonte goes to the outside.
Labonte up high. Earnhardt uses the lap car of Rick Bass as a pick. 20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. the most anticipated moment in racing. If John Elway can win the Super Bowl, Dale Earnhardt said he could win the Daytona 500. And if he comes around under caution to complete this final lap, the taste of long-awaited victory will be his.
Wow, what a drive by Dale Earnhardt, doing everything he had to do today.
Bobby Labonte saying, boy, I needed that last lap.
At the top of the show, you saw the steely eyes of Dale Earnhardt. I'll bet they'll be tearful when he pulls into victory lane.
Let me tell you, it'll make the strongest man on earth cry when you win this race. It's special.
Bobby Labonte comes across the line to the caution flag in second. Jeremy Mayfield's forward third. Kenny Schrader with a shot at that $2 million bonus, as did Bobby Labonte. Checkered flag. Dale Earnhardt finally is a champion of the Daytona 500. Larry McReynolds, for the second time in this great race, will go to victory lane, once with the late Davey Allison and today with Earnhardt.
Draft. He's falling back. Something wrong with Gordon's car. As the field goes by Gordon's car, he's falling off the pace down to the tail end of the field as the leaders go back to one.
Everybody storms by Jeff Gordon. He hugs the inside lane. The entire field flashes by. Earnhardt shows the way. Jeremy Mayfield still with him. The battle now for third off turn two.
Bobby Labonte takes the outside lane, gets up alongside Rusty Wallace, and Rusty has no one to dance with. Bobby Labonte goes by. Jimmy Spencer goes by. Schrader goes by. Wallace gets in line but feels a challenge from Ernie Irvan.
Bobby Labonte shoots down the back straightaway, slips it up to the outside lane. Now the challenge is on for second off turn four.
Rides his way right up against the wall as they come down to the line. Laps are winding down in a hurry in the Daytona 500 now. Bobby Labonte gets right behind Earnhardt, sandwiches himself in there in a contention to win that $1 million bonus in the No Bull 5. Can he pull it off? He's working Earnhardt over in turn one.
Earnhardt shows the way back into turn one, hugging the inside of the racetrack with Bobby Labonte, a car length behind him. Mayfield rides along in third now, then Ken Schrader in fourth. Fifth is Rusty Wallace. The battle is going on for the sixth spot. Oh, now trouble off the turn. One car slides down to the inside at his lake speed. He makes contact with John Andretti. Both cars spin down to the inside of the racetrack as everyone else gets away.
This is the race for the win of the Daytona 500. Fields in three.
Earnhardt swings up to the top of Rick Mass, the lap car on the bottom of the racetrack. Dale Earnhardt puts on the block. Earnhardt slips off turn four, back to the checkered flag.
Earnhardt in front of Bobby Labonte, a lap car to the inside. Rusty Wallace make that Mayfield and Labonte banging for second to the stripe. Dale Earnhardt comes to the white flag and the caution flag, and Dale Earnhardt is going to win the Daytona 500 in his 20th try. It'll be Earnhardt coming to the stripe, finally eluding the one prize in NASCAR racing that has eluded him the most over his illustrious career. Let's go back to turn number two, recap the incident that brought out the caution flag and set up a white flag finish for the 500.
It was trouble back in the pack a little ways, Alan. Lake Speed and John Andretti made contact once they came off the banking. Both cars spun down to the inside, out of harm's way. Everyone else drove on by. Both those cars able to continue as well, but it set up the finish of the Daytona 500.
Dale Earnhardt will be rolling down to victory lane, and talk about an emotional victory lane. I got a feeling we're going to have one today. Quickly, let's give you the top five. Earnhardt will win. Bobby Labonte will finish second. Running third should be Jeremy Mayfield. Kenny Schrader, what a move he made with about 5 laps to go up there to get himself in contention to win, but he settles for fourth, and Rusty Wallace make up the top five as they cross the stripe under the checkered flag, making it official, and Dale Earnhardt has won the Daytona 500.
A left arm out the window, fist clenched high in the air as he takes the checkered flag. For Dale Earnhardt, so many times he's come so close here at Daytona, 4 times finishing second at the 500. Back in 1990, a clear lead less than a mile from victory lane when he ran over a piece of bell housing, dropped from another car and cut down a tire in turn number 3 and faded back into the field less than a mile from the finish.
I tell you what, I feel about the same way.
Look out on pit road. Every man on every crew has come out to the edge of pit lane to congratulate the man who has dominated everything there is to win in this sport, except this race, until today.
That's great. There was Todd Parrott, Dale Jarrett's crew chief. Other members, other team members of other...
Andy Petrie was there. And this will be the longest receiving line in the history of celebrations.
Wow.
Yep, I've never seen that, Mike. Not that many. You know,
Not
normally
ever.
we'll see 2 or 3 or 4 teams come out there, but this is something.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I had about 10 teams come out when I won this one, but look at this.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
This has been a presentation of CBS Sports, home of the Daytona 500.